Imagine getting lost in a place with no doors, no windows, no way out, and the deeper you go, the less reality makes sense. That's exactly what Backrooms 2026 is all about. It takes one of the internet's most famous horror legends and turns it into psychological horror film. Instead of focusing on constant jump scares, movie builds fear through mystery, isolation, and unsettling feeling of being trapped in a place that should not exist. This story follows a group of people who become connected to a mysterious hidden world known as the Backrooms, an endless labyrinth that seems to exit outside the normal reality. What initially appears to be an abandoned series of empty rooms gradually reveals itself to be something far more complex and dangerous. Every corridor looks familiar yet different, creating constant feeling of uncertainty. There is no clear exit, no logical map, no reliable way to know whether the characters are moving forward or simply walking in the circles. One of the film's greatest strengths is that it never rushes to explain anything. Instead of providing easy answers, it slowly reveals pieces of the mystery, allowing the viewers to experience the confusion alongside the characters. As they travel deeper into the maze, reality begins to bend. Time no longer behaves normally, familiar spaces transform into impossible architecture, and the boundary between the memory and reality becomes increasingly blurred. Unlike many horror films where monsters are the central threat, Backrooms makes the environment itself the primary source of fear. The endless empty hallways, flickering lights, distant echoes, oppressive silence create constant tension. Even during the moments when nothing appears on the screen, audience remains uneasy because their surroundings never feel safe. This approach makes the psychological horror far more effective than relying solely on jump scares. The film also explores how different people react when faced with the unknown. Some characters desperately search for logical explanations, while others slowly lose hope as the maze strips away their sense of direction and certainty. The deeper they venture, the more they confront not only the external dangers, but also their own fears, regrets, and emotional struggles. This gives the story an emotional layer that elevates it beyond a simple survival thriller. One of the movie's most interesting aspects is its refusal to fully define the backrooms. Rather than explaining every mystery, the film preserves the unsettling ambiguity that made the original internet phenomenon so fascinating. Viewers are encouraged to interpret many events for themselves, making the experience feel personal and encouraging discussion long after the film ends. However, the storytelling style will not appeal to everyone. The pacing is deliberately slow, with long stretches dedicated to atmosphere and exploration instead of actions. Audiences expecting the frequent scares, intense chase sequences, or detailed explanations may find the film frustrating. Its open-end narrative leaves the several questions unanswered, which some viewers will appreciate while others may consider unsatisfying. Despite these limitations, the story succeeds because it understands that the greatest horror comes from uncertainty, transforms a simple internet concept into a thoughtful psychological journey without sacrificing the mystery that made the backroom so memorable. Overall, Backrooms 2026 is a unique psychological horror film that successfully expands the famous internet myth into an unsettling cinematic experience. It may not satisfy the viewers looking for traditional scares, but fans of atmospheric and mysterious horror will likely find it most creepy and memorable.